Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Go Green Investments. I am Mr. Green, and this is a channel where we try to keep our investments between the lines and always stay in the green. It is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, and it is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Thanks for joining me for another broadcast. Want to thank each and every one of you again for your emails, your kind comments, your likes on the channel, your subscriptions. Please share these videos. This is how we get traction. This is how we spread the word about what we're doing and try to make a footprint in that vast conglomeration of broadcasters on YouTube. Now, I have to say, I have to agree with a lot of you who have said that this channel is different. I agree, actually, and I'll tell you why. I think we take an intelligent approach, an informed approach here, but this isn't a fast talking, lots of high stimulation, high activity, picture, chart, video. It just doesn't move like that. I want to talk to you folks as if I was sitting in front of you at your kitchen table, having a conversation about personal finances, personal business, or whatever the case may be. That's how I want our discourse in the channel to happen. And there's a reason for that, because this isn't a smoke and mirrors channel. This is somebody who's been around. I consider myself a generalist. I know quite a bit about quite a few things, I think, and I want to use that experience along with life experience to bring you the best information possible. I'm not perfect. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a doctor. But I do know a few things about a few things. So what I wanted to do was start and address a few of the messages that I got. And one message that I got said, Mr. Green, we don't know a lot about you. I'd like to learn a little bit more about you in order to justify watching your content. Fine, no problem. So my background really starts in a business family. My family started a business back in 1939. It was a generational business. It was a single point perishable and non-perishable food distribution center that served 5 states in the eastern part of the United States. Been in my family ever since. It was sold back in 2017, so it had been in our family for quite some time. But I have to tell you, folks, I grew up in that atmosphere. I know what inventory is. I know what cost of sales is. I know what employees do. I understand what systems and processes bring to a business. I understand the financial aspects of that. Then I went on to study business administration in college. Frankly, I didn't get as much out of school as I've gotten out of life, but that's okay. Being educated is a good thing. Then I moved into the automotive business, where I spent over a decade and a half. Now, I would consider myself an expert in the automotive field. I have dealt with running companies on the dealership level, coaching and counseling employees, overseeing operations, and dealing with some very sizable budgets. I have a lot of experience with coaching and counseling people, systems and process development and implementation. Excuse me. Inventory control, cost analysis, budgeting, forecasting, and all those things important to really all businesses. And I've also worked for private as well as publicly held companies. I also have invested in the entertainment business. So I'm in businesses with fairly big budgets. A lot of selling goes on, a lot of personal interaction, a lot of synergistic relationships with people, excuse me, and a lot of creative aspects of business as well. I certainly consider myself to be a writer. I have written professionally. I do write professionally. That is something that I've been proficient at since I was a kid, frankly. And so I haven't had a lot of problem conveying myself either verbally or non-verbally to people. So that's why I enjoy talking to you folks. Hopefully on a daily or every other day basis, or whatever the case may be. I don't want the content to become boring or arduous. I want you to enjoy the broadcast as much as I like putting them on. But that's a little background about me. I'm here to share information with you. I may develop this channel to include some services that may be beneficial to you if you own a business or if you're looking to make a personal financial decision, such as buying or leasing an automobile. I can be of tremendous help because I know everything about the industry. So I know exactly what's involved. There are a number of things, a number of services that I may be able to offer folks as a group here on the channel or on an individual one-on-one basis. But we'll develop that. We'll take it as it comes, and we'll talk about things relevant. But I do want the channel to be different. I want our discourse to be effective. I want it to be intelligent. I want it to move along and be well-paced. But I don't want smoke and mirrors. That's not me. I try to be genuine, try to be transparent, and I try to respect that in others as well. So if you're looking for slick, fast-talking garbage, that's not me. I can do that. I'm very capable of it, but that's not me. That's not what I want to do. So again, thank you. Share the videos, share the channel, share any links that you have. And I appreciate all the likes and I appreciate all the comments and I love hearing from you. So let's dive into HCMC because I know that's one of your favorite stocks. You know what's interesting about HCMC today is they held tight. As volatile as that market was today, as bad of a correction and hemorrhage that happened today, in the end, HCMC, as you can see on the chart, held up at 30 when the day closed. It opened at 39, high of 39, a low of 26, and closed at 30. That's actually not a bad day for HCMC. Why? Because I think we found the floor. I think we found a steady line of resistance that hopefully, even if we cross on a bad day like this, it still stabilizes and consolidates and gives us a point to move north. That's a good thing. If you took advantage today, and folks, days like this are difficult because I looked at my positions today and I was like, you know, it's disturbing when you see that much red, but that's okay. Guess what? That's time to buy. You want to do it responsibly, but you want to take advantage of those low prices. Guess what, folks? The stock market is always going to make more no matter how much you lose. It's always going to climb and it's always going to get better. It's only the amount of time that it takes to make that correction and to grow. It has grown exponentially since it started, and it has grown, more importantly, incrementally. And I use that word a lot. Incremental growth is the best growth, okay? So HCMC, no new news catalyst right now. I have had some messages sent to me. There is a video link, and I'm sorry I don't have it to share, but if you go through the comments on the video, the visual that I did of HCMC, where we just kind of took an informal look, it was my last video. There was a link for a gentleman who took a walk through and shot some video, I think, and have a look if you get a chance in the comments. Wanted to look at another stock today that we haven't talked about. MVIS, Microvision, MVIS. Now, this is a great company. This is one of the LiDAR technology companies. This company has, when I first looked at this company, I think their stock price was about $11. I've seen it shoot up to $24. Now, this is a company that has got long-term growth potential, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just simply giving my personal opinion. Today, it closed out at $16.19. Now, I was surprised today because I'm a little bit red on this stock. I am not concerned whatsoever because of where I've seen the stock go. This stock in particular, with their actually superior LiDAR technology for automotive uses, Department of Defense uses, driverless vehicle uses. This company is going to grow. This is a research and development based company at this time. So the monies that they have brought in have been really used to develop their LiDAR technology. So what happens with a company like this is a Ford or a Tesla or a BMW says, hey, we love your technology, maybe even the DoD, and all of a sudden you see a news catalyst that says, hey, huge contract for MVIS, and the stock is going to spike and it's going to continue to grow, in my opinion. Did close down a little bit today at 16.19. Had a high of 17.15. I would have said 2 or 3 days ago that a great entry point would have been anywhere under $20, and that was for that time a few days ago. I believe that information to be accurate. And when I make a statement, I'm also doing the same thing myself. But in any case, the stock stabilized. It started to climb back up after it hit bottom. The correction is not a bad thing. Again, it's healthy. At 16.19, you can see where the relative strength index was, as well as the moving average. And the stock is in a good place. It's getting ready to turn north, and we should see some growth there. So you may want to look into Microvision if you don't already hold it. Next stock, AMC. Wow, I feel like I'm doing a play-by-play. AMC, out of all of my holdings today, did not let me down at all at any time, but there was some good news catalyst. Let's take a look. New York's plan to reopen theaters is step one of Hollywood's comeback. Let's face it, folks, if the theaters aren't open, people can't go to the movies. Filmmakers, trust me when I tell you this, and I say this on a personal level, filmmakers are not happy that theaters are not open. And filmmakers and Hollywood in general will be lobbying, if they already haven't been. At some point, folks, it doesn't matter what political persuasion that you happen to lean towards, at some point, your personal financial stability is going to matter. So what gasoline cost, energy, what it costs to buy food, what water cost, what it costs to entertain yourselves, what it costs to eat, all those things are going to matter, irrespective of your political persuasion. So I think it's about time that things are going to probably open back up, and it's probably going to happen in a fairly expeditious fashion. But the good news is that this catalyst, and we talk about real life events, this wasn't a mathematical thing. This was about the fact that the state that has a number of theater complexes in New York City is planning to reopen on March the 5th at 25% capacity. I think you're going to find with the masks and social distancing that they will probably increase that. Governor Cuomo has been under the gun for his handling of the virus. Look, nobody's perfect in this regard, but let's face it. I have been and will be of the belief, and have been from the beginning, you cannot shut an economy down. You just can't do it. It is not intelligent to do that. The virus is going to do, and we've seen that. We've seen, say, California handle the virus one way, Florida handle it another. In the end, the virus did what it was going to do, and it's going to continue to do that, and hopefully it will fizzle out in short order. But that was good news for all of us. CTRM. Got a couple of pieces of hate mail today in the comment section. They were very, very out of place because there have been such positive feedback. I expect some of this. It's okay. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. But here's what was said. What was said was that one message said, I'm just another guy here making money. And the second comment from the same person was, with respect to CTRM is going to crash. I'm paraphrasing. CTRM is going to crash. Stop lying to people. Okay. Well, Here's what I would say. One is I haven't made one dime from the time that I've spent online broadcasting to you nice people. At some point, I may. I don't apologize for making money. If I'm presenting something of value to you and you're happy with it, what money I make from that is what money I make from that. That's called capitalism. Secondly, I have to say that I haven't lied to anybody about anything, my friend. And the point being that CTRM, I think, is a good company. I stand by that statement. It is my opinion. I think that they are a growing company. I think that they are undergoing incremental growth. I also did say, if you recall and watch the video, that I believe the company is a bit overvalued and the stock is a bit hyped at this point. Now, that's not to say that activity doesn't breed activity, because it does. I have said that to many, many people that I've trained and many employees in my past, is that, yeah, you may feel like nothing's happening right now. You don't feel any income coming your way. But if you're active, that activity, even from your competitors on the sales floor, that activity is going to breed other activity. Same thing translates into this stock. It's a good company. It took a drop into the 85-cent range today, but in the end, surprisingly, like HCMC, it did stabilize at the end of the day and closed at what would have been a good entry point previously. Again, if you took advantage of the lows, I didn't today. I didn't take another position in CTRM. Had I done that, I would have had a good day. But if you did take advantage of that, good for you. Buy in the dip, sell in the rip, as they say. So CTRM had a decent day. Let's move on down to People's United Bank. Surprisingly, this was one of the green stocks of the day. This stock has continued to climb. Let's look at it on the 5-minute chart. So when we back up from where it was acquired in a merger by M&T Bank, we see a big spike here all the way up to 1874. And the moving average brought it over to a close of 1873. It was actually up 3.94% today, and another 71 cents per share. Bank stock can be slow moving. It can be very inactive. I haven't had very good luck with bank stock. This was one that I called this past weekend. I didn't take a position because I wasn't in a position to take a position due to my recent diversification. However, this is a stock that seems to be doing well. It may even do better. It took a little bit of a dip at the end of the day, but it may actually continue to move north as their holdings are strong, and that was a $7.6 billion deal. Big market cap there. So that may be something that you want to take a look at possibly. Let's see. I think that's all I wanted to delve into today. Wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, wanted to go through some of the stocks, wanted to touch on HCMC, certainly give a shout out to AMC for doing a fantastic job breaking through a couple of price barriers there. There was resistance at 6, we bulled through there. There was resistance at 7, we bulled through there. And most importantly, we have broken through the mid 7s and have closed at 770. There's been a little after extended hours drop, but after hours trading I take pretty much with a grain of salt most of the time. It tends not to have a huge influence on the opening the next day. Sometimes it can, but generally speaking, not necessarily. So I will leave you with that. I just wanted to kind of bring you up to speed. I've been watching the market all day. I didn't want to drone on too long today. Again, I appreciate you being here with me. I plan on bringing you more content. Plan on actually bringing some more services to bear at some point that may be of help to a lot of you folks, help save you a lot of money in a major purchase, or help make you a lot of money in your business. But I'm giving great consideration to continuing my consulting ventures uh, through this forum. I certainly do that, in my own life, but I'm reaching a lot of people through this forum. So we will take it as it comes. If you have any questions, or you do need my assistance, or do need someone to advise or consult, do reach out to me. Always feel free to do that, and I'll try to help any way that I can. Again, I'm experimenting with OBS. Got a little bit better today with it, I think, and I'm happy. Hope you're happy as well. At this point, I will bid you adieu. It has been 20 minutes. I don't want to drone on too long. I will see you back here probably tomorrow. I will try to keep the content rolling. I wish you all the luck tomorrow. Let's see what we can make happen. And again, keep your investments between the lines. Always stay in the green, and go get them, guys.